Bless up, bless down. I'm asked my statements. They don't want your help, and here's why. Let's go. Not everybody has a vision for themselves. Not everybody will understand the vision that you see inside of them and for them. If you're a visionary, oftentimes your visionary abilities, they go outside yourself as well. You can see visions for other people. But people that don't see the visions for themselves, they feel uncomfortable that somebody else sees something for them, or perhaps they know that what you're seeing is true, but they still don't want to fulfill the vision that they already know is for them. And so they don't want your help. So instead of getting yourself into some type of emotional state or mental health state of mind to where now you're feeling depressed or anxious or angry because somebody's refusing your help directly or indirectly, you got to realize there are reasons that people don't want your help. Another reason is that not everybody is used to receiving help. Again, this always goes back to somebody's childhood. If they grew up as, let's say, perhaps the oldest child and nobody ever helped them out, they'd have an older sibling or a family member or relative that helped them out. They learned things on their own. They may not necessarily want your help. Now, even if they were the youngest in their family, and they always felt like nobody stopped to help them to do anything. They asked for help, no one would ever help them out. Maybe a mother or father wasn't there, or they both were there and it's just too busy and they still just refused to help them. This type of individual, they may be an independent type of person, doesn't mean that they don't need help, but they're still not going to want your help. They're not used to receiving your help. Everybody is not necessarily in the right mindset at that particular moment that you see a vision for them and want to help them out with something. They're not in that type of mindset. That means that they're not going to be receptive always to receiving the help that you want to give to them. I've been in situations where, as a visionary, I see from A to Z where the person's at and where they could go to, but I found out that due to their mindset, these people weren't even open to receive anything. I'm giving them good food, good spiritual food, but they were not open and ready to receive any of that at that particular moment. Doesn't mean that the mindset couldn't change, but as I'm trying to pour my good spiritual visionary insight into them, they're just rejecting it. They're just throwing it out. It's like a cup that's receiving, but now it's throwing it out. If it's being thrown out, it's wasting my time. It's also wasting their time. That's something that you got to quickly come to the realization, is that everybody's not in a mindset to be helped. Not everybody feels worthy to be helped. It's another mindset problem. If this person does not feel worthy of your help, of your insight, they're going to reject, in whatever way that they feel as a protective mechanism, your help. Has nothing to do with you, has a lot to do with them. They do not feel worthy. Again, this is something that goes back to childhood. I talk about this all the time. Usually these mindset and these habits and the programs and the feelings and emotions that people have towards themselves starts in early childhood. If they don't feel worthy, they're not going to receive it. Imagine you have a celebrity wanting to help you out with something, but since you don't feel like a celebrity yourself, you don't feel worthy, and they move on to somebody else. This is happening. This is real life, a real life scenario. You've got people up here, you're here, they want to help you to come up here, even surpass them. But since you're not in that particular mindset and feeling worthy, you're just not going to receive the help that you need. Not everybody has the motivation to even help themselves. So you could sit here and give them all the tools. You give them everything that they need. You tell them, hey, I need you to go here. I need you to call this person. I need you to look this up, put this much money aside. You gave them all the tools. You gave them the blueprint. But if they're not motivated, they're not going to do it. There's been many times that I've given money to homeless people. Let's say at least $20. gave them $20. It looked like they weren't even motivated to go inside the store to buy themselves anything. I approached a guy, matter of fact, I approached a guy last night, going to Dairy Queen, get the cookies and cream, my favorite. Approached him with $20. He looked at it, he's like, what are you doing? I'm like, I'm giving you $20. And I had to ask him, because the way he asked me, like, what am I doing? I had to ask him, like, you either want it or you don't. It's straight up with you. You either want the $20 or not. And then he finally took it. But, it seemed like he was just still taking his time, smoking a cigarette, and didn't make any way to get inside, Dairy Queen to go and buy what he wanted to buy. So there's people that are going to be, they're not motivated. They're in their own world. They got a lot of blockage, a lot of spiritual blockage going on. They got a lot of physical blockage going on. You don't know what type of ailments and sicknesses that people have that's just starting to manifest. And so they're just not ready. There's blockages everywhere. And there's some people that just don't, if you're helping out somebody, they just want help because they know you. If they know you, they don't want to receive help from you. Simple as that. But if a stranger came along, they would receive that help. There's so many reasons that people don't want your help. So many reasons. Once you identify what it is, there's solutions to that. And we'll talk about that here as we, get further along. But also realize that there's a time limit in helping people. You'll find out that you might have gotten 25% through helping that person with that particular that vision, but they're not moving forward. Realize that when that time limit expires, it's time for you to get out of there. Don't try to continue to push them to do something, because the only thing that's going to happen is it's going to be just more and more resistance. Even though you are taking somebody to gold, you're taking them to diamonds, you're taking them to platinum, you're taking them to that good food, they will still resist. There's nothing wrong with you. There's something wrong with them. You need to make sure that 25% of that vision is fulfilled, and that's where they stop at. They don't want to go any further. You need to stop right there. Do not continue to help them anymore after that. You don't always have to take people to the 100%. You don't have to always take people to 100% or to the end zone, to that home run, to the championship game. You don't always have to do that. You're a person that's motivated to help people. You love helping people. Not everybody, they don't always want to they don't always want you to take them to that end zone. Realize that. Start being more in tune with when someone says stop, stop. When someone says no more, that is no more. That's it. That's gonna be it. That's where you're gonna stop at. It's no more than that. Simple as that. Know when no means no. All right. Know when to withhold information, because there's certain information that, it's like when you're feeding a baby, an infant. You're giving them milk, you're giving them, food. There's a limit to how much they can hold. It might be half of a bottle. If it's half of a bottle, don't force feed people. You got to stop. Don't involve your emotions. Because once you start involving your emotions to this can now start affecting your mental health. You start off wanting to help somebody. Now your emotions are involved. You're angry, anxious, tired, frustrated, betrayed. Now that can start affecting your mental health and also start affecting your physical well-being. And now you can start getting sick just by helping somebody. You've got to be in tune. Just because you want to help somebody, yes, that sounds good on the outside, but there are limitations to that. Just because you're trying to do a good thing doesn't mean it's always a good thing, and to the point of where now you're the one suffering. Get in, get out. That person might say, let's just put this on pause right now. Doesn't mean that they're done with you forever. And don't take it personally. That's the thing. Don't take helping somebody personally. Detach your emotions from that. Because at some point, that particular help is going to end. It's not going to be forever. People have limitations. People don't always want your help. And when they don't want your help, they don't want your help. There's nothing that you can do about that. There's nothing you should do about that but withdraw your help from them. Because guess what? If you're a person that really enjoys helping people, this is what you're here on earth to do. There's billions of people that need help. You're fixated on one person, one individual, but then again, you always have to think too, what are you trying to get out of this by helping somebody? You've got to go back and critique yourself and evaluate, are your motives correct for helping somebody? Think about that. Because if your motives are correct, you'll know when to withdraw and help out somebody else. There's always going to be somebody that's going to be drawn to you, or you're going to cross their path, or you guys will both cross paths together to help out that person. So remember, always keep your mental health at the forefront, keep your physical at the forefront, keep your spirit at the forefront, fly a kite, be free, and keep winning.